Is it that you don't like, quote, uncomfortable feelings, as you just said? Or could it be that whenever a feeling comes that you don't prefer, you resist it and try to avoid it? And that there's this whole, I don't want you to be here, like opening the door to the neighbor and saying, slamming the door shut, instead of actually saying, who are you? Sensation or neighbor at the door, right? And when we stop resisting what is, the entire experience of what is changes. It is our resistance. I believe it is our resistance that makes it so much worse. Therein lies our suffering. When we're resisting reality, there is our suffering. That's when we're adding I don't want this moment to be as it is. We're adding pain, suffering, stress, adrenaline, all the things. And when we learn to drop our resistance by just diving into whatever is true in that moment, whether it's really heavy and we want to use our breath or counting like a tool to distract us from it, or we want to just dive literally into our body and like notice it be embodied in that moment, it shifts, it changes. And then when we kind of like come back up and open our eyes or whatever we do, look around, it's like, oh, now what do I want? Now that I'm a little bit more calm and I'm kind of had a reset almost. It's kind of like resetting our phone, right? We reset ourselves emotionally by diving into the trigger. So not, I don't want this to be here, what the fuck is this? I was abused in childhood, this is fucked, I always pick weird relationships. Oh, whoa, there's a drama pool we can dive right into, and what is that drama pool gonna do? That's resisting the moment, all men are the same, whatever, right? That only, I even feel the adrenaline as I say that. That is only gonna create more of what we don't want. But aha, here I am again, making up a story that is creating feelings I don't wanna feel and dropping adrenaline into my body. Where do I feel it now? So funny, as soon as I like almost even like look down or close my eyes, it's like I can feel the adrenaline almost like dissipates and then this peace comes. And just play with that this next week about where are you wanting the moment to be different? And can you recover to accepting the moment? And when you notice that you're rejecting the moment, I don't wanna feel this way, I don't wanna be like this, pause. Oh yeah, the tools, close your eyes if you can, if you're not driving, right? And dive into it, notice the sensations. Probably won't even take, if you keep practicing, maybe 5 seconds or whatever. And then open your eyes and come back and be like, what do I want now? What do I want now? What do I want to create? What am I going to choose? How am I going to engage? Very different than I don't want this. It's like, oh, well, what you don't want will actually transmute when you just bring your attention to it. But if you avoid it, like we can't run from ourselves, but we spend our whole lives running from ourselves because we don't know that if we stop running from ourselves, our emotions, right? If we turn around and face our emotions, that they actually not only are not that bad, but that they transmute and they change. And that becomes our superpower. When we practice this enough, that becomes our superpower. Whoa, whoa. I can change my emotional world with my consciousness and my presence, and then I can choose what I want to create.